Maybe you couldn't put an indicator arrow in due to digital rarity. Yeah. Must have been designing on a Mac, so he wasn't able to right-click. Tomorrow at 11's your exam? What's that gonna, what does that do for you? Not familiar with it. Let's grab a mana bank now. So that when we do want to spend manas, we've actually got manas, which means I'm gonna have to put one down. Have you seen the Keanu Reeves interview? Where he kicked W's and falls off his chair? Because you can the person interviewing him clearly has fallen for it and has bought some and was trying to defend the position, and they have a really hard cut in the interview where clearly someone has intervened off like in between the cut to tell this interviewer to like keep his personal out of it and just get back on with the interview. It was so jarring, that hard cut. It was like the interviewer was getting angry. He's like, no, let me defend my stupid position because I've been sold like anyone who's bought into a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, and tell you why it's not wrong. Because I didn't invest all of my life. Oh my God, what have I done? You know, sort of situation. Yeah, you've got to watch the full interview, but obviously it's been edited. But the dude starts to get a little too defensive in his questioning. And then all of a sudden it's like, you know, it's all soft and mellow again. Like they took a 5-minute break and the producer said to him, look, we're not going to replace you because it'll be obvious what happened. So, you know, and he's gone, yes, sir. What was the interview about? Oh, they're interviewing Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss for the recent Matrix movie. When it was, I don't think it had been released yet. I think it was coming out very soon. And the dude had the question about NFTs and digital scarcity and stuff. And Keanu's like, what do you mean scarcity? It's easily duplicatable. He's like, yeah, but it won't actually, it won't be the same thing. He's like, it'll be exactly the same thing. He's like, yeah, but you'll own it. And then the interviewer's like trying to push this line of, like, obviously he took a personal note to it. And Keanu just, he starts laughing like the Keck W guy. Almost falls off his chair. Pretty sure he gets one knee on the ground and he has like got his like knuckles on the ground to stop himself from falling over, you know. The current implementation is terrible. Yeah. Like, the thing is, though, all the information they're provided and people say what they can be used for, they could go down that way and be used for stuff like that, but it's just never going to happen. There's no regulation. There's no standards. There never will be. It won't, you know. Especially from an artistic environment, as soon as you start putting in standards, you're limiting the creativity because you've got to maintain within that standard space. It works fine for groceries to say, okay, milk is now going to come in 1 litre bottles only because people don't care, right? The reason they have internet standards is so we can have an internet, right? You have protocols and stuff. You don't put standards on art because that limits creativity. You know, and the way people are talking about, oh, but you could buy a skin and you could transfer it to any game. Well, no, you can't. Like, yeah, let me just go get my my Ragnar skin and put it on this tower. It'll work. He'll be able to shoot flaming bolts as well, right? Speaking of flaming bolts. Well, that's the thing. You own nothing. Even if they were able to control the fact that you're, like if they could put permanency on the attachment to the blockchain, right? Let's pretend we live in a world where that can happen. And for people who don't understand what that is, then it doesn't matter. Right, so there would always be a guaranteed item at the other end of your blockchain. And you could own it forever. Right? Let's live in that world. It doesn't change the fact that you can only use certain things in certain locations. Right? So as soon as you're having something that goes inside a container, and it will only fit in the exact size, exact size container. If you've got too much or too little, it doesn't work. And even then, there's no guaranteeing it would look like it's supposed to. Where something like that could work would be if someone was developing a series of games and they said, if you buy a skin in the first game, it will work on your characters in the second, third, and fourth game. You know, and they might even make backwards compatible ones later. So that kind of thing would work because it's one person making 5 games, right? Well, Banditry 3, money early. Mana Bolt's good. But other than that, it's just an unfortunate thing. Well, that's the thing, like, yeah, but that's how you explain to people how, when people say, oh, it could be used in games, right? Because a lot of people say you could use it like this and this and this. Like, that would only work if a standard was made so everyone was following that rule. Right? But as we discussed, like, that limits creativity. It's not going to happen. No, because... yeah, it's just not going to happen. But what is going to happen is that, like, every other sort of tiered money shifting around for pseudo-asset scheme that has ever existed, a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money. And some people will make, like, some honest people will make some money because they got in early and then got out early. And a small amount of people are going to make a lot of money because they're the a-holes that are creating the hype and making the original points of sale and being at the top. And it won't be the last time something like this happens. It really is like, it's almost like a triple-edged sword, this type of scam, because one, you're preying on people who don't really understand but can fall for a little bit of hype, or people that want to get in early. Because like, think about all the things you could have gotten in early on your life. Imagine if you invested in Bitcoin, or if you, I don't know, think of something like that. You got in early and then made some money and got out. And people want to think, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity, because they happen, you know, like, often enough where you could grab a couple in your lifetime. Any bleed? Probably Mana Siphon gets it out of the pile. More slow. Right? But then the issue becomes where it doubles down is people really, and I get this, people don't want to think that they've been taken as a fool. Especially once they start telling other people, no, this is not, this is how it works. I'm not gullible. I'm not an idiot. And you're trying to say to people, you're not an idiot, but, something just seemed too good. It factors in too much on human psychology that people end up getting taken for big rides, and it's sad. MTG cards are kind of a weird one, hey? Because you are getting something. But, I don't know, I had trading cards when I was a kid. I did the whole, I didn't do Magic. I did sports cards a little bit. Oops. Where's my thing? It's not here. I'm going to need a few more. I'm really sort of dubious on where to put down with blister onlys. A couple of up here. But now I sort of look and I go, how is it not classified as gambling? Like and loot boxes in games. Like it's straight up gambling. Mana's fine, so I don't need a mana thing yet. I haven't taken mana bolts. That's probably why your mana's fine, Panz. I don't know if you do this challenge on long runs. Regulation loophole they're in is it's not gambling because you can't exchange your winnings back to the... Yeah, okay. That seems like a loophole that almost needs to be fixed, right? Which makes it seem more predatory. Yeah, totally. But like if you go, remember there used to be card stores, and sometimes they'd be in game stores, but there was a card store at down at the local shopping centre, where I was a teenager, and they had, I'm pretty sure they had game cards, but it was majority sports cards. And the dude would buy cards from you. He would look up. He had all the different books that had card values in them, and he had a standard. Like he wouldn't give you that price, but he had a standard. He'll give you X percentage of the cut. I can't of the value. I can't remember what the percentage was. Obviously, because that way, if he turns around to sell it, he can make money. That's his business, right? And if you got a good card, or if you're opening the card in the store and he said, "Oh, that's a good card," might buy that off you if you want, you'd look up the price in the book and whatnot, and then he'd give you a price, and he'd had multiple books there so you could check it out. And if you were happy, or you could try to sell it yourself knowing what the value was, but obviously he's got an advantage of people are going into his store. So you could just take the money now. So I imagine you could actually go in there with a bunch of money, buy a bunch of packs, open them up, flick through them really quickly and wait for him to go, "I'll buy that one." And see if you can walk out of there with more money than what you walked in with. And a bunch of dud cards. Let's take mana bolts now. And I'm a little concerned. It's fairly single file, so we shouldn't have too many firing at the same time. But we've got Let's just go ahead and put another mana thing down. Yeah, it's like a scratch off with more steps, right? 10-pin bowling alley that was wasn't in our neighborhood, but it was close enough. We didn't. 10-pin bowling wasn't a big thing in the backwater piece of crap burg that I grew up in, which wasn't here. It was when we lived on the East Coast. They had a machine that you could go up to and you put in, it was $1, a $2 coin. We got $1 and $2 coins here. And it would give you essentially what was a scratch off, but it was a piece of card, and it had like 4 or 5 little flip bits. So you'd sort of put your nail in the tab and pull the tab out. And so you're basically opening a door, and there'd be, I can't remember the details, it was like 2 or 3 symbols. And if you got 2 of a kind or 3 of a kind, you'd look on the back and certain ones were worth X amount of money. And you'd go to the cashier and, where you picked up your shoes from, and you'd show them the card, they'd look at it and they'd give you the money. Some of them said free card, he'd give you another card. So essentially that's a scratch off, right? Like it's kind of a scratch, but kids would be over there all the time just pumping money into it. So it must have just had some technical loophole at the time that made it not scratch off. Best analogy NFTs you've seen is NFTs like being married and everyone is sleeping with your wife, but you have the marriage certificate. Nice. Yeah, I think that's appropriate. Except she's a mail order bride and you don't get to sell her. Found a store once that had a binder with rares and you could trade 2 for 1 in their binder. Or you could buy them for a set price. Worst business idea ever. Got some nice things from there. Eventually their binder was full of crap rares. Yeah. That's, I guess that's the idea, is you're supposed to fill the binder with crap rares to start with. We're going to need poison soon, so let's take it now. It's kind of like that's kind of like what you do with a dump bin, right? So that you end up getting more, but people get stuff they need to complete sets. Right? You should never really put anything valuable in there, and you keep an eye out in case someone does put something valuable because they had 2 of them. What is with this map too? Look at it. Broadhead leads to bleed, but I don't know if we'll get it soon enough. I think we have to. Well, that'll be good for us. There's sort of good range happening there, and that could end up coming really far. Shame there's no height here, but if it goes down far enough, we've got a little bit of height here. Well, that's the thing that, yeah, internet's made that sort of, all that stuff not be completely irrelevant, but pretty close, because the always available nature of online. Changed how a lot of things worked. My nan was big into antiquing, and she wanted me to do antiquing with her, like, as a thing, and like a full-time thing. And I love spending time with my nan. You know, God bless her, especially years ago. And she made good money off it, and it possibly could have been a thing short term, but I knew the internet was where it was, and I thought it's not going to last. Because even though people, the problem is people are looking for collectibles now because they want a collectible for money type of thing. And antiquing became more of definitely a profiteering thing, way more than someone wanting to buy something nice to have somewhere. And so the margins were going to go down. She still made good money on some bits here and there, but she could never get stuff from dealerships anymore because the dealers became too good at getting better prices, and people that thought they have something that was worth value, it was too easy to look it up online. None of these really matter. Possibly poison bolts 2 more. Hey, Oogie. I've got mana bank, so I'd rather not take Siphon as well. It does take it out of the pool, but we're going to have limited cards that we can pick from. Also a bit dubious going here because do I want to use the mine? Do I even maybe take mine out of the... So the same thing happened with cards and anything else, that the people that got the most out of value were people that really chased it up, people that invested in getting the, whether it be a circular or an annual, to have good pricing knowledge and guides, right? All of a sudden everything became online. It's like, what's this worth? And you get, 20 different sources that will tell you pretty much the same data on the value of things. You're never going to find the diamond in the rough with Google nowadays? No, not the same type. You'll still find that one that, the rarest of the rare will still be there. Like you bought a handbag and in one of inside zipper pockets had a ring or some rubbish, right? The rarest of the rares. They'll still exist. But yeah, average dude clearing out dad's back shed is going to price check anything he thinks is worth anything, and the rest is going in the rubbish. Best worst investment advice you ever got came from Dad when you were young. Could have gotten a Black Lotus for around 300 to 600 back in the day. Called you silly considering it, so you did. Yeah. Well, one of the things the internet did do though for the other end of it though, a lot of those things weren't good investments because they weren't easy to sell. Because with limited knowledge of what things cost comes limited availability for you to purchase something like that. Whereas now you can get a magic card if you want from the other side of the world. And that's not to say you couldn't in the past, but it wasn't as easy as it is today. So things that are actually worth stuff are a little more sellable now. This is not going very well. Oh, Mana Bolts 2 will be fine. We just need to make sure we have more mana. Yes, quality over quantity can be good if you really start to scale units, which we might end up having to do. I'm going to mana Siphon because it's more efficient. I think that'll be enough. friend got one and sold it a few years later. That's nice. Absolute state from a bit loud music to silence back music. Yeah, it's really wonky. These ones are manageable. It's wave 36 onwards. The music's a banger at that stage, but it really kicks in. These shield dudes. Come on, shield dudes. Time for tea yet? Close. It's kind of funny, the playing card games. I was always surprised from the start that you were allowed to play with the cards that you owned. Because I have zero trust in pretty much everyone. So my first thought was, people are cheating. They're marking their cards so they know what they're going to draw. I always thought, you know, you'd have a better idea. Plus, it would keep the cards pristine. You have whatever your deck is in a deck file, and on the day you have whatever, some sort of dummy card, right? That's just a representative of your deck, and you actually play with that. What if we do start taking this now? It's not bad, considering that we are getting decent base damage from. Where's my Frost Tower though? I'm gonna need to start taking points in that if I'm gonna get the Max Frost achievement. We got good 3 spots. Yeah, these ones were good. There's one there, but I don't really want to put it there. That one's not too bad. These ones are definitely better. Oh, you got Pizza Valk? What do you got on it today? Wish I had pizza. Do I set the priority targeting? I do in most runs. I really can't be bothered in the Ballista ones. It feels... I did in one Ballista run, because the map was a certain way early. And it did much better than the other ones, and then we died because it was one where the map closed on itself, and so there's no pause between rounds. And on that one I focused on like leveling the ballistas up where they were and having priority targets. But yeah, then it was just a bit overwhelming later in the game and went bad. Oh, ham pineapple. Get him. Go, son. Come on. These guys, yeah, they're really disproportional in terms of increase defenses versus everyone else, hey? this map? Just come down here and close off in there somewhere. Oh, is there a Frost Tower pick on there? Dang it. What did I take? I'm not even... Yeah. Heavy bolts or something. That was definitely wrong. I do need to take Frost Tower, because remember, we've got to spend 19 points. So probably should start grabbing those 19 points early. That way when we lose sooner than later, it's better. And we get to do it all again with the encampment one. Come on, Frost, we can do it. Yeah, that's a big problem, Alter Rio. Like, people to start making them so they can play with them, or... Okay, no, still no Frost Tower. Advanced Ballistics. Longbow 2 is going to be good if we get to it. Still no split. What's going on? You have to sell all your cards. Your options are spend countless hours doing it yourself or get half worth from a dealer. I was in a similar situation where I didn't have my NES stuff because I traded that in back in the day for Super NES stuff. But I still had I had like 2 working Super Nintendos, lots of games. I had a gold cartridge, Link to the Past, with box and booklet. Super Scope, a whole bunch of stuff, all working. It was all good, reasonable condition, and I had to like dump it for a song because just didn't have the capabilities and time and everything else to sell it myself. And I had to. It was so close whether I just like just keep it all and maybe one day do something with it, or occasionally pull it out and play it. But the choice really wasn't there. Like, I had to let it go. You don't mind proxies? I don't mind proxies either. Like, I think that's the inherent flaw with real card MTG, is that someone's got to find the card. So, and because and I know that not all rare cards are powerful, like money-wise. Some are worth good money because they're just rare cards in terrible game. But why not, you want to be better than someone? Well, level playing field and be better than them. Not you got to a point where you just, either got lucky or got cashed up from dad. And then you could just, like, play with proxies. Like, let everyone play with proxies. Keep the collectible side different. And just, anyone can just, proxy up. Frost Tower. Make sure I don't skip Frost Tower again. I'm probably going to. We have Slow Burn and Poison. I don't have Bleed, which means I need Jagged Heads. Oh, there it is. Still no split. Is that a 3? They think these are 2s. We still take them, right? I'm holding on to my money because, one, we're not in any danger of getting down the road yet. But 2, if I take extra mana bolts and mana looks like an issue, I want to be able to dump mana banks. So we had like a 12 tile run that closed in on itself, and it was really tough because the travel time was too dense towards the end. This is potentially, if this closed in on itself at 20 plus tiles, like that's a long loop. Last time Battlegrounds seemed like the only card game, even as a starting ground. The characters you can choose play be over underpowered. Yeah. I think the online sort of method, and I'm not saying Blizzard did it first, but it's the first I was aware of because I didn't play many real card games because of the money sink. I liked Hearthstone. Well, I started playing Hearthstone because I played WoW, so why not? So I think there was benefits to WoW players, like in getting into the closed beta stuff. I can't remember, it's too long ago. So I played it a bit and I liked it, right? But what I liked was that rare cards didn't matter. You got them eventually because you could dust your double ups and then eventually just craft it. You know? And sure, it took a while, but you got free packs from doing certain things. You got other packs for doing well in Arena. You got other packs here and there. You know, I only ever once paid $2 in Hearthstone. I always had a full set every season. And I only ever paid $2 once, and that was there was a weekend where they wanted to test the pay system, and you got a specific you got a golden Gelbin Mechatork, I think it was, for any packet. So I purchased one packet just to get that, and it wasn't worth it. You know? But it meant that going up against anyone else, the playing field was even, you know, and I liked that. And then other systems have done similar since. Any Frost Towers? No, Longbow 2 is going to make a big difference then. Still no split. We need this to turn this way. So what happens with the proxies? They just give you a blank and you just write the name of it on there and the details. Seems fair. It's great. I love it. Our rule was you could use a basic land and a Sharpie, or if you had a fancy one, it had to be the same thickness, couldn't be mistaken for an actual card. Yeah, fair enough. So 21 things, single file. So this is what we should do, chat. We should find good indie games that get developed and have a bit of promise and then make a better version of it. Now, I don't want to call that a clone because we're making a better version. So what do we call that? Clone Plus? Alpha Clone? I'm being told the word is homage. We make an homage plus. An homage inspiration. Oh, there's the Frostkeep. We should probably take that. I mean, I'm probably not going to play it, but... Oh, come on, we just need this to turn in on itself. Richard Hammer was playing this a few days ago, and his little girl walked in and asked if he was playing a bad version of Minecraft. She's like a 6-year-old or something. just came out and said it. Looks like it's got its assets ripped from Minecraft. Well, come on, let's see. Like we have a green cube. But I think it'd be a bit hard pressed to try to copyright a green cube. Yeah. That's the thing with stuff that's based on real life things. It's really hard to put copyright on them because a real life knife a video game knife quite often looks like a real life knife. Wow, that's too many ifs. But you know what I mean? Like, it'd be like trying to put a plain wedding band in a game and having someone say you copyrighted the One Ring. It's like, it's a gold wedding band with an inscription on the inside. Like, what's my character supposed to do? Give his bride to be a piece of string? No, we've copywritten round string. Well, especially when Minecraft got it from whatever the Infini Miner from Zachtronics. Alright, we need to take a bunch of cards in Frostbite. In Frost Towers. What's going on? I'm waiting for it to turn around and go back that way. It comes down here, and then up in there. Something that showed up in one of my feeds in something that I have a feed in. The Bloodborne demake, they were calling it. It's now available on PC. How has that not got a cease and desist on it though? Or does From just not care? Yeah, well, I don't have a PlayStation, so I've never been able to Bloodborne. FromSoft is actually super chill about it. Okay, so what about Bandai, though? Because ultimately, a lot of times the devs don't really have a say. It becomes the publishing. Mana's become a thing, so... He's not. He is gathering. Dehydration's one of the things. All right, let's take... We should start placing bets. Is it going to... What the... I'm almost dropping a word bomb. But from, like... having some, gambler's fallacy issues here. You're surprised Sony didn't step in? Well, the demake is off the... Was Bloodborne remade on PlayStation? Because the demake looks like it's from an original, like an old version. Oh, Demon Souls recently got the remake. You've seen an 8-tile map. Wow, I can't remember what the smallest one we had. I had a pretty small one, but I think it was like, that's what she said, 12 or 13 tiles. Someone was saying 7 is possible, which I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's the first one you make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 would be the smallest. It'd be an 8-tile map in total, but you're only placing 7. Okay, conductive snow. Here we go. Chat. Look at this bat. Whee! Alright, chat. Is it gonna split next? You can even do, well, let's go guess. Put in 1, 2, or 3. How many exits is there gonna be from the next tile? 1, 2, or 3? I will need to drop a frost tower to get the achievement, so I possibly should. Where do we think we should put it, chat? Put like the frost keep like there. I don't have range. That'd be terrible. It still doesn't hit anything. I think it's hitting something there. I can't see because the user interface is over everything. Oh, drop it at the first split just to slow some stuff down. Yeah. Will the map split? Report poll. There you go. Pretty high without a split. Chat has huge faith. But one of the key factors of whether it's going to split or not is we do actually have to finish the wave. So maybe I can put some more ballistas down. Hit these 2 spots up, maybe. Dehydration 2. Let's just take our broadhead 2, because that leads on to crit. Is that it? Does he only give me 2 chests? 1 chest. Alright, here we go, chat. I've already got some bleed. No split, chat. No split. Reg edited out map bends while trying to change deck variables. Nice. No, only save data gets put in the registry. This, I think this like conclusively proves that chat is always right. Like it's one of the, it's an ongoing proving. Of chat's collective correctness. Put your faith in Twitch chat is usually risky. Less so than putting it in religion. I have to take conductive. Chat. 27. I've got this like vision image, I guess, of usually in movies, you know when like there's a high counter and everyone's chanting the number when it happens, you know, to try and push the protagonist forward. So I just see everyone sitting at their computers at the other end of wherever your internet is going 27, 27. You know, I'm about to hit the button, everyone's like 28, 28. This is the world we live in. This is our Friday entertainment. Yeah, if it decides to go up here, and then around, I would be fine with that. Like, sometimes you need some map help in doing some challenges. Like... Although, potentially, this could have been a ballista only. It practically is. Which is sad, because now I'm going to have to do ballista only again. Without the frost keep, although the ballista only would be easier because you'd just be investing heavily into ballista. I saw a picture, I don't know if it was edited or not, but someone had one where the single tower went around once, up, and then around again. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to happen eventually, right? It has to. What you want with something like that? What towers do you want? Like, what's the best tower then? Like, shredders seem fun. Oh, this I learned the other day too. Shredders have a max number of enemies they'll hit, and they'll fall over. So you still want to spread out your wave. So I thought I had a map with heaps of splits, and I kept all the enemies nice and dense, because I was chucking shredders down into them. And the saw blade just stopped. And I was really disappointed because I thought, oh, this is a good opportunity for a dense wave to get lots of damage out of one bullet. Or mortar for AoE if you can. Yeah, I guess the mortar's probably the best one then if you can. Okay, dehydration 3. We're going to split chat? 28, 28, 28, 28! Cherry's best rogue tower player, undeniable. In this situation, I like first because the wave spreads out, like the fast guys get to the front anyway, and the slow guys, in the rear. So it kind of works. Should drop some frost along the path. We've got frosty bolts. Which is almost, look at it fill up the bar so quickly. The frost keys themselves are pretty useless. Okay, so there's the end of the wave. Which is great because by the time the front gets back again, these guys will be done firing. Oh, look, mana. First time in forever. Not for slow, but for dot application. The frost towers don't apply dots. Oh, Frost Keep gets 10%. The next one after that is a 10% more slow. No, you're not doing anything. Mana bank. Yeah, the money's for when we take mana bolts, whatever the next mana bolts is. I'm going to need to put mana banks down. All right, chat, 29. 29. 29. 29! Back on chat. What did chat do to you? Chair, what did you do to chat? So please turn cheatengine.exe off. Dev said they're working on an unending version at some point. Yeah, you know what's going to happen? This is almost guaranteed to happen. The first time a streamer plays unending version, it won't be every streamer, but there'll be one. They'll go to unending, and they'll get like a 10-tile loop that loops into itself. And they'll have to try and play that past wave 45. It's bound to happen. Yeah, fast forward button. And the ability to toggle your cards on and off in the game without having to like make registry changes. Tesla took a big nerf in the patch today. Yeah, probably. Elective mode is you want to promote, like I think the achievements these guys put in does do it. It promotes people wanting to try different things, work on different cards. So that's good. But you don't want to punish people for wanting to do that either. Okay, so that's the frost monster studies that you have to take to get the frost extra 10% slow. Do we get Panz respec? Yeah, I respect. 30. This poor little bat. Charge! Damage isn't there. I might need to invest in some of these towers though. All right, 31. No! What would I say are the most powerful cards? Crit scaling? Yeah, quality over quantity. Easily quality over quantity. Most powerful cards. No more 5 times crit. Patch remove quality 2 and 3. Oh, is... So this is... Yeah, why? Like, but so what's the maximum you can crit then? Because you used to have 50, 50, 50, so you get up to like 150% crit chance, which was nice. Might need to take Mana Bolt, next rank of Mana Bolt. But I also need to get the Frost cards, like the Cooling Rods. I don't want that monster studies. Cracks me up, man. I said it the other day. I said get your achievements in before the patch goes through. Changes start getting made by what they see in streams, you know, especially when they see like. So you'll get, you know. All we need is more crappy players like me streaming so they can see that stuff isn't so broken and like don't nerf it. Otherwise they'll slay the spire, Jorbsitis it. Mana's holding on. Most people are Job was trying down at level 40 though. Yeah, Job was fine. No, so what happened with Slay the Spire is that they kept making the game tougher and tougher and tougher and nerfing cards because Jorbs kept winning. And then all they did was hang out in like Jorbs' chat and be like, oh, this is too strong, you used it really well. Nerf. Oh, you just got to win with that. Nerf. Oh, enemies aren't strong enough. More Ascensions. Oh, more Ascensions. Oh, let's put in another act with these elites that... Yeah. Good thing they've stopped working on the game, I think, because these like win rates going through the roof again. So more nerfs are coming. I think I've got this tiny little backwater protection with nothing in it. Okay, increase absolute zero. We've got 2 absolute zero cards in play. We just need to... I don't need to win, we just need to play 3 of those cards. Jorbs is probably the best SS player in the world, probably. And let's just for argument's sake, because the internet exists, say there's 2 people in the world that don't stream and don't share their results and have played more than him and have made more experience and started as just smarter people in general. And since they don't care to share their experience, then we don't care to recognise them. But we recognise you for this example. Yeah, basing balance around someone like that, probably not the best idea. How often is this game patched? Well, this one's been out for a week and they've patched it once. A very specific question was asked because of its condition with things like its user interface. Oh, they added scaling. Hey, you guys want to see something funny? They added scaling for the user interface. Wait for it. So now you can read the stuff and have massively oversized other buttons. Doesn't scale the menu though. Or this, because those scale with you zoom in and out. Perfect solution, can't think of any issues. Yeah, about that. Okay, so I was curious, and a lot of other people said, how come it didn't go into early access? Because it looks like it could have done well with early access. Devs were really kind to answer that with saying they don't like long, drawn-out early access games that either never get finished or just get patched forever. And also early access has a bad rap. That makes a lot of sense, right? They also didn't like the fact that sometimes, you know, if you release a game and people are happy with it, or let's say it doesn't do well, you just walk on to your next project or walk away. You're not sort of, when a game's in early access, you're kind of obligated to keep working on it. And if you say you're going to fix something, you need to fix that. If you release a game with something that possibly needs fixing and no one's interested, then you just walk away and then it's just never fixed and no one cares, right? Which, yeah, I get it. So they would prefer to post-patch if the game had any interest. The game's had interest, so they've done a post-patch. Project Zomboid is still in early access. Yeah. They can't... Okay, so Project Zomboid can't leave early access, otherwise 7 Days to Die will eclipse it in the longest early access game. So, yeah. Project Zomboid needs to be in early access until at least after 7 Days to Die releases, because there's only like 3 weeks in between them, I think, or 3 months in between them. Well, I think they're approaching 9 years now. And also, 7 Days to Die was in early access off Steam for like a couple years longer than that. So it's been longer, but we're only counting the Steam time. None of these is a thing that we want. Okay, Mana Bolts 3 is going to be a huge damage boost, but it could be a mana issue, but we have 8k money. But I need the bigger slow. We've only got 10% slow. I need to expand that one so it doesn't close off. So just go put some mana. Let's just put some mana siphons down. Oh, not mana siphons. Mana bank. Now with this one here, if this could sort of have a big one there, it will. That's just... They did add Mana Bolts 3, 4, and 5, which is making a huge difference. We're going to have a boss next wave too. I wonder if I boost these to level 20, if we, There's the back of the wave. Wave thins out about here-ish, but the slow brings everyone together, which kind of sucks. We're still popping the front. Get some more dudes up in here, maybe. More towers or stronger current towers? really struggling against these guys. Our burn mustn't be very high. 25% burn. But I guess as every time we take one down, that increases the concentration of towers that's going to attack one, right? He hasn't even made it to the... He's only just made it to getting attacked. I need that monster studies. Not that monster studies. It needs to be this one. Yeah, that's the thing. They're only really getting a little bit up the path, right? Why on my target? Because they're only ballistas, and because it's a single file, and because they've got slow. Even if you it's really weird. Like, so see how there's like all these guys with high armor. If I have someone target armor, I mean, sure, they'll at least hit one of these guys, but they'll change targets all the time anyway. For this sort of setup, I really wish there was an option for, to say, front guy that has armor. That way you'd always be hitting the frontmost guy that has armor. If the frontmost guy's shield, ignore him. Even if he's shield, then armor, then health, just go for the frontmost guy with exposed armor and stay on him until he's down to health. Then find the next frontmost guy, right? Yeah, I've got dots as well. Because also, if you pick most armor, these little missiles get through, right? Because you'll target someone with bigger armor instead of the front missiles. So you know. Need to let low armor progress, highest armor or something. Yeah, there's lots of things you could do. Do they work? I definitely like setting, like if I've got a different tower, like a big poison thrower set for shield, I definitely like to target shield with that, right? Because it just melts the shield down really strong. Right, which also means it's going to level up shield more because it's going to be focusing shield. Yeah, that's the guy coming in last. There's Robot Oogie. The next lot of mana bolts would be good. Yeah, the other thing too is once you set... If you start evenly setting some to low armor, some to high armor, some to low shield, some to high shield, some to low health, some to high health, let's put some on near death, some on this, some on that. I mean, you may as well just have them all set to progress then in that case. If you could group select, that would be really good. Oh, he does spawn enemies now. Okay. We need the frostbite option. Longbow probably could help as well, but we have to take this for the achievement. Increased burn might have been a thing. Need that for the achievement. Need that for the achievement. Come on then. You can do it. Yeah, I saw that they were making him spawn stuff, but the first time we killed him today, we didn't see the spawns. But maybe we just missed it. Being this low on money, because if we need our mana banks, looks like it'll be fine. Looks like they patched this to the cost to be equal as well, if you're actually working. Yeah, we've only got one split. You're hoping it'll merge now, it never merges. Okay, so they're making it like halfway up. Mana bolts. The next level of mana bolts would bring that right back as well. Look at this guy. Look at him. He's not even there yet. Yeah, so what I could do, right, if I take this one here, this one will turn that way. And then it can't turn that way. So as long as I built this one first, we could run those two together. They'll never make it up to here though, but we could. Okay, I've got to take cooling rods so that we can get the next slow option. And this one can't turn now, so I could run it. It'll be a straight line. I don't know if that helps us in our cause, but... yeah. They're the guys at the back of the race. Come on, fellas, wait for me. You should have tried harder at weighing, Kevin. I could plant some ballistas early on top to snipe kills. No, because then they'll only get one dude there. If I put an extra ballista here, it'll hit things going this way and coming back. And they won't snipe kills anyway. They'll do a little bit of damage, and then the regen, it'll just get regen. Whereas the fast guys have a lot less hit points, so they get pretty much brutalized up here out front, which is nice. Don't I make money based on how many towers hit a mob? No, you just make money if the thing dies. It's not fair. I think the beholders are going to be a huge problem. But the extra slow could be okay when it comes in. They're pushing. Now remember, we've invested, I think, 15 cards into not improving our damage, so it'll be good once we get those 2 extra slow cards, and the next one we can take can improve our damage. Almost like improved damage can help you win runs. Get him. This is a little worrying, but this is thin here, so it doesn't matter if these guys stop firing on this side and start firing on this side. Yeah, okay, that's good. Like, that timing is really nice. Because then this guy gets, like, axed. It's Kevin up the back again. He's coming, he's coming. Alright, increase maximum slow by another 10%. Achievement unlocked slow and steady. We have reached maximum slow, which is 90% slow value. Here they come. There's the beholders. But they worry me a little bit. We killed Robot Oogie. He was at 35. Oh, that is slow. That is really slow. Almost makes me want to put down a frost tower. And then we can see how useless it is. Why not a row of them for science? Because I don't think we actually get any science out of it. Also, they changed how the damage numbers work to include some sort of savings as thing, and I have a feeling that the Frost Tower is going to be getting credited for that anyway because it's doing extra slow. So I don't know if we can analyze the data very well. Man, we're going to have to start going into mana. Okay, so that was peak mana usage for a little bit. If we can, mana bolts will make things a bit of a problem, but we'll kill stuff so much quicker. There's a couple, but these guys need to be leveled up a bit. Just a little bit. What's going on? Oh, here we go. Here he is. Wait, how does he have health missing? Oh, okay. Okay, that one could turn now, and I don't want to. So we've got, this one's got a nice little head start. Alright, so we get a bunch of guys down early. And then this guy's got a nice head start, like over this one. But then once these guys get around the corner, it starts to get dense. He tripped and skinned his knee, be nice. Look at him. I'm winning. I'm gonna win, Ma. Come on. They're certainly holding it in its tracks. Mana usage is going to spike so hard. Almost at max mana usage. I think we can get a little bit more mana usage out of this. We got more siphons. Oh, it's thin now. We're thinned out. We're looking good. We're going to take it back. And so these ones just made it round this corner. This dude's got a rocket, so he'll shoot those and they might make it a bit. Not many made it round the corner though. I wonder if we take mines for the hit points, or if we go for offense. Are siphons better or mana banks? Siphons are more economical in terms of just pure mana per second gain per $100, but they have limited placements. But mana banks also raise your mana pool. Well, the thing is, though, the investment on offense, I think you're right, but it's not a good investment on offense. Broadhead 3 can lead to crit, so that's probably the better one. For this stage, though, I think mana, like I want to use the mana siphon because we can. We've got the placement. Getting a tiny little bit of bang for buck is good. Our actual mana pool is very high. Wave 40 is tough. We should have thought about that differently and worked out which one was better to ramp up. Okay, so look at this. The Eye of the Beholders dudes, they're like much faster, which is good for us in a long map because they'll make their way towards the front and then, well, and then hopefully get like purged of eyeballs. Come on. Target things that drop enemy that spawn would be a nice one. Ideally, if we can just destroy him first and then the eyeballs pop, that takes out a lot of stress. I guess once they get up here, they get so many shots on them, they do explode if they're out front. Like that guy. Yeah. Get him? There we go. Where's the portals? Portals are coming in like here. This is good where the overlap ones work because things that make it forward get hit with so much. Doesn't matter if they get slowed down and sent to the back. Is going to stop attacking this side. Lane's starting to thin out here. Okay, we're still in here. We're still in it. Next mana bolt one would be good. That's probably that's a ×3 multiplier for everyone. Well, not triple, but adding ×3 to the current multiplier. Oh, come on. Peg him back. You got this. many highballs. Okay, these are still kind of firing some here, but we've got... These guys. That's a little intense, right? Meanwhile, this guy's like just chilling. Everything's... So when you do enough damage to him, he spits out a beholder, which then spits more eyes. I've never actually seen it happen sort of slow-mo wise. And then he finally spits out eyes. Heavy 2 to heavy 3 to crit. It's going to be real close, Rio. If we get offered the final mana one, I think we do really well. We've only been offered mana 4, right? That can't split. So as long as we don't, if we don't get another split, I think that's our best chance. 41, 42, 43. So if hitting this one, we could get a split. I can force it not to split by going like this. And then we've got 42, 43, 44 with one spare, which means if we put it here or here, it has to be a straight line. Yeah, because we can only have 3 exit portals. We can have 4 exit portals now, but we can only have 3 the turn after. So we could make this one even a bit longer, just to sort of spread them out. Long map lets the fast guys come up, which I think is working towards us, working for us here. You only get university spots if you have universities. Well, that's a good question. Do I not have... No, there's university spots there. This is keeping it pushed back really well for how much wave has come through. We did put a couple extra towers in, so that has a little bit to do with it. Let's get another one here. We're handling the mana, so that's fine. Pretty thin though. And it should hold. We want to definitely build up mana banks in advance, so if we get offered mana 5 we want to take it. Now, these ones are starting to have... No, they're thin enough where they're not... We're getting some idle ones shoot up this side. It's holding on. Portals on the backside's tough. Because when they run out of shield, they drop an Eye of the Beholder. Or a Beholder. And, so we need to get that shield gone, and it's gone, and then the Beholder dies. Spawn, there's the Beholder. Get him. Okay. That's why the portals are rough, because you take their shield off and then you get Beholders. And they sprint up because they come out with no frost. And then you kill them and they drop eyes. That's looking good. I wonder if Monster Studies is what it is. Extra burn damage or extra burn per second. Extra bleed per second is probably a little bit better for us. Okay, so whichever one we take here has to be a straightaway. Or, you know, a single, basically. It's been a long run. Save money for mana, maybe. Long part's really helping us out. It's not cramping up too much yet. even one dude makes it through without getting shot. He goes miles past and then just gets torn apart. Hold. Mana hold. Okay, yep, this is nice and thin on this side. Should be able to take anything coming around the corner and hope. I'm just worried about a late something that drops spawn. Because we're still kind of shooting on this side. Holding him here though. Rockets, that's okay. So the holder. So many eyes. Come on, peg him back. Come on. Well, these guys are coming into play again. If I take Mana Bolt, would I get mana issues? Okay, so we can start by making more mana banks, but the damage per mana, it does cost a little bit more mana to fire, but you get a very large mana damage output, so you kill things with less shots. Handy Tech, my dude, thank you so much for the 41 months. That is a massive amount of support, my man. Appreciate it, man. Here it is. So yeah, it does cost more to have them all firing longer, but the idea is you kill stuff sooner. In theory. In theory. We're down to the last 3, 43, 44, so these are going to be portals. Friday to you too, my friend. Hope you have pizza or any heathenly disgusting pizza alternative that might be accepted. How are we getting gold? Oh, we're getting bats getting shot. So I kind of have to save money and then watch to see what's happening. Put a frost tower on the bottom longest path for a slow. There's something about that, right? Like, or even just put one. Oh, we've got one there. Like there. Or there. I don't know. I don't think it hurts. I don't think it helps. Pop your ride. Okay, where's the train really? Okay, it looks like, and see, it just feels, every time I get mana bolts, it feels like it just boosts the damage so much. And you just start ripping into things so much earlier. Especially later, because the extra 3 base damage is going on to higher multipliers and usually more towers as well. I mean, the true MVP is the map. 30 tiles without a split. And the fact that we had this long up and back let us just sort of build in the middle. Zone is just a drop pizza raid, guys. I mean, sure, so since that's the case, don't ever order a calzone. Just order a pizza, and if you feel like a calzone, fold it in half. Come on, man, hold. 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 It's not holding. It's just holding. I think there was a couple of times where we might have hit 0 and had slightly less shots in the air. But it was close, right? Like, this wave stopped, so we're now, this is all defense. Pretty sure once it gets to this stage, these guys don't get through because there's just too many towers lined up against them again. It's a little scary. Okay. Heavy shafts can lead on to 10% crit. that does anything. I guess. If it does slow down these guys a bit, just to let this wave come forward more, could be good. Or could that be bad? Because we're wanting the fast guys to actually get up. We didn't take range for frost cards, no. Because we had to hit the 3 maximum plus 10 frost, max frost slow. So the deck was really lean. Elevation does give passive. That's with 6 range. Where's one I've got down? I have one on the ground. Range is really small on these. Naturally. Like really small. Not as small as a Tesla, but almost. Mana hold. I mean, that's the wave's thin here. This is the big bulk of the wave. Yeah, that's real thin. We can... Come on, hold. Mana hold. Where's my mana bar gone? Show me the bar. Come on. Okay, we've still got this much room. Unlimited cosmic power. Itty bitty living space. 10% crit for the last wave. How much does Mana Bank increase your pool by? 20? Hello, Tonito Patanina. How'd it go? Was it alright? I think that was pretty close. Could have been completely off. No idea. Yeah, Chromo, 30 tiles before the first split. This is it, chat. This is it. Where's the big boy? There he is. Big brain, oogie boogie. I think we're actually getting some small kills from these stupid frost towers. They've been accidentally leveling. Oh yeah, slowly they would have too. I think they did something to hold back, like just to let this front wave get cleaned off a little bit more. That's the map. Big oogie boogie brain dudes up the back there. We started with 200 mana. If we can get to 2200, that's where I want to be. We're really holding the wave off here though, which is what we want. And look, it's thin, so thin now. Oh, chat, no thick boy for us. Didn't have any splash damage, no. Yeah, I went and got tea like an hour and a bit ago. It's been a long run. The 4 mana a second and 20 max mana. This final wave didn't even get to the bend. Here he is. Hasn't taken hits yet. Looks like he's still pretty full. Cleaning up the ads. Slowly making his way to the back of the pack. He's getting some damage on his shield. We're still nowhere near the front. Here we go. And there's the last guy. The beholders are... He's at the back now. He's taking... Oh. It's the front of the wave. We're down to like a portal and some eyes. Got 2 beholders, 3 beholders, 4 beholders in there. It's just us and the big boy. Dude, he just spat out 3 portals and a bunch of stuff. He's afraid. Look at this. He must have pooped out the portals. That's the only explanation for it. So he drops portals, which drop beholders, which spit eyes. But he also dropped beholders and he's dropped eyes. %90 slowed. He's really slow. Eyes, cultists, beholders. He also got hasted just then. That's why he ramped up a bit speed. Yeah, the dot damage is sort of ticking for 13 on the bleed. Is he going to die last, or is he going to go before one of his... Achievement unlocked. Winter in Wisconsin. That was brutal. Well worth though, and I'm glad we curated the deck for it. Look at that map though. Can't zoom out anymore. Map MVP. Nah. Yeah, the first split was on tile 31, was a triple. No, 1 split. It was this tile, was a triple. And then from there, we just had single pass all the way through. When this one turned here, it forced that one to go that way, which meant we could then force no splits after that. What are the odds? Don't know. We don't know what the weighting is in the game, but that's, I'll take it. That was a long run.